What is the specific problem that the proposed method aims to solve in the paper?
The specific problem that the proposed method aims to solve in the paper is to shed light on the mechanism behind the ability of neural networks, particularly transformers using multi-head attention, to achieve compositional generalization to unseen scenarios. The paper focuses on understanding how transformers can learn to perform gradient-based optimization within sequences, and how in-context learning can lead to generalization to unseen combinations of previously observed constituents. The authors aim to investigate the structure of the latent code in multi-head attention models and how it relates to the tasks being solved, such as abstract reasoning tasks and fuzzy logic tasks. Additionally, the paper introduces a novel decomposition of multi-head attention as a hypernetwork, which reconfigures the computation of another neural network in a data-dependent manner, aiming to provide insights into how transformers learn and generalize in practice.
How does the proposed method or algorithm work? Illustrate step by step.
The proposed method works by decomposing multi-head attention into a hypernetwork perspective, where each head forms a linear hypernetwork with key-query-specific inputs. This hypernetwork configures the computation of another neural network in a data-dependent manner. The attention scores along the head index represent a compact code specifying the operation applied to each key-query pair. The shared hypernetwork in each attention layer supports the reuse and recombination of learned operations. The method introduces hypernetwork linear attention, HYLA, as a modification of standard multi-head attention, making the value network nonlinear and normalizing the latent code along the head index. HYLA reinforces the hypernetwork mechanism without adding additional parameters, leading to better compositional generalization on abstract reasoning tasks. The latent code, structured by the method, reflects the fuzzy logic function needed for correct predictions. The method systematically tests the ability of models to generalize to unseen combinations of rules by splitting rule combinations into train and test sets. By scaling model size and data, the method enables compositional generalization on tasks like SRAVEN. The structured latent code clusters according to the rules of the task, aiding in finding correspondences and improving performance on abstract reasoning tasks.
What are the theoretical or practical benefits of using the proposed method?
The theoretical benefit of using the proposed method lies in the novel decomposition of multi-head attention as a hypernetwork, which allows for the composition of value networks specific to each key query pair. This perspective provides insights into how attention mechanisms configure compositional computations, potentially enhancing the ability of models to generalize to unseen scenarios. Additionally, the structured latent code identified in the analysis suggests that the method can capture reusable subfunctions, leading to improved performance on abstract reasoning tasks. Practically, the proposed method hypernetwork linear attention, HYLA, offers a simple modification to standard multi-head attention that reinforces the hypernetwork mechanism without introducing additional parameters. This modification leads to better compositional generalization on abstract reasoning tasks, showcasing the practical utility of the method in enhancing the performance of transformer models on complex tasks. Overall, the method offers a deeper understanding of the inner workings of attention mechanisms in neural networks, potentially improving their performance and generalization capabilities in various applications.
How is the method validated or tested in the paper?
The method in the paper is validated and tested through the development of two tasks, a fuzzy logic task and a symbolic abstract reasoning task called SRAVEN. For the fuzzy logic task, the paper creates a task that requires in-context learning to study the ability of multi-head attention-based models to compositionally generalize. The task involves presenting samples in context, where each token consists of inputs and targets for the function being learned. The models are evaluated based on their ability to generalize to unseen combinations of fuzzy logic terms. Additionally, For the SRAVEN task, the paper introduces a symbolic abstract reasoning task based on Raven progressive matrices. This task requires predicting the contents of a final query panel based on a matrix of context panels. The models are tested on their ability to predict the correct contents of the query panel by systematically testing their generalization to unseen rule combinations. The results of these tasks are used to evaluate the performance and effectiveness of the proposed hypernetwork linear attention HYLA model compared to standard multi-head softmax attention and linear attention. Through these tasks, the paper demonstrates how the models perform in different scenarios and how the HYLA model improves compositional generalization on abstract reasoning tasks.
What results were achieved with the new method presented in the paper?
The new method presented in the paper, Hypernetwork Linear Attention, HYLA, achieved better compositional generalization on abstract reasoning tasks compared to standard multi-head softmax attention and linear attention. The HYLA model outperformed the other models, especially when presented with few problem instances and for small model sizes. The more expressive value network in HYLA allowed for more effective representation of the terms being composed, enhancing the inductive bias towards compositionality. Additionally, the structured latent code analysis showed that the attention scores in the final query token attending to itself formed a functionally structured space, identifying reusable subfunctions in abstract reasoning tasks. The clusters in the latent codes closely corresponded to the functions underlying each task, demonstrating the structured nature of the latent code. Overall, the HYLA model and the hypernetwork perspective of attention provided insights into how multi-head attention can configure compositional computations in the value network, leading to improved performance on abstract reasoning tasks and shedding light on the inner workings of transformers.
What are the limitations or drawbacks of the proposed method?
The limitations of the proposed method include the focus on models trained from scratch, which limits the exploration of behaviors in large-scale pre-trained models. The study does not delve into whether pre-trained models exhibit a similarly structured latent code. Additionally, the research primarily examines the benefits of strengthening the hypernetwork perspective in transformer-based models, but does not extensively explore the potential drawbacks or limitations of this approach. The preliminary experiments on autoregressive language modeling with small-scale transformer models show that while hypernetwork linear attention, HYLA, improves over linear attention, it falls short of softmax attention, indicating that the softmax mechanism may still have advantages in certain settings. Further investigation is needed to understand the implications of interactions between latent codes in different attention mechanisms, and how they impact model performance.